always curious about how did these companies survive during pandemic?
By companies, you mean co-working companies?
Yeah.
Many of them didn't, or many of them
Or even the WeWorks of the world, huh?
I mean, WeWork, didn't in that they had to file for bankruptcy. I think you had companies like Industrious, you had companies like Convene, which really had to trim their hair. Many of them closed locations. And then I think if you're smart about it, you went directly to your landlord and say, listen, like we can't even operate. The government is not allowing us to operate.
Yeah.
You gotta throw us a bone here. And I think a lot of them did. Industrious is thriving, Regis is thriving. And that's the thing for me is co-working is a great business. WeWork was just a bad company. And, there are people who still, I think, will say, well, WeWork is an amazing business. Like they're a shell of themselves, right? I mean, they've filed for bankruptcy. They've got a completely new ownership. Their investor, SoftBank
Do
has
they
lost.
own all these buildings or they're renting most of them?
It's all leases. And part of the advantage of them having filed for bankruptcy is they got to renegotiate all of their leases. If their landlords, aka their creditors, were willing to do so.
I think they would probably be open because they're like, something is better than nothing.
Something is better than nothing, but then there are some who are, throwing their, flag in the sand and saying, hey, we're going to take this to court. We'd rather fight you for it. A deal's a deal. And then there are some that said, you know what, just walk away. I get through Google alerts, I get a lot of updates that Industria and Regis are just gobbling up old WeWorks because the TI's already done, right? The build out's already been completed. All
probably
taken
better
out.
than what they would do.
Exactly, and certainly cheaper. And all they have to do is take down the WeWork logo and put their logo up, and there you go. Because eventually, what happened with like WeWork's design, it became very streamlined because
people can expect the same sort of facilities and look and feel. And
that's the interesting thing about co-working spaces is that there really isn't much product differentiation. Really, the only differentiation is price. At least that's how I kind of view the market now.
And locations, I'm guessing.
Location, sure, but a lot of them find themselves very, very close to each other, mostly in downtown metropolitan areas for the most part. Occasionally, you'll see Regises in suburban areas, and that's one of the other trends is you see folks who are trying to launch products in the suburbs, assuming that work from home is not only here to stay, but more that people want. They want to get out of their house so much, but community is the word they throw around, but also that they want the membership